Welcome to the vibrant and dynamic world of Bangladesh, a land of rivers, bustling cities, ancient history, and resilient people. Bangladesh is a country that surprises at every turn, from the sprawling streets of Dhaka to the peaceful villages along the Padma and Jamuna rivers. Life here moves with a rhythm all its own. But how much do you really know about this nation of over 160 million people? Today, we are going to uncover 15 shocking facts about Bangladesh that will change the way you see this incredible country. Before we dive in, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss a single journey with us. If you enjoy this deep dive into real life in Bangladesh, like and share this video to bring your friends along for the adventure. Get ready, because the story of Bangladesh is not just about places on a map. It's about the people, the culture, the struggles, and the triumphs that make this nation truly unforgettable. Number 1, population density and urban life, the heartbeat of Bangladesh. Bangladesh is home to over 160 million people, crammed into a land roughly the size of Iowa. Walking through Dhaka, the capital, is like stepping into a living, breathing organism where every street, alley, and riverbank pulses with human activity. Rickshaws weave through honking cars and motorcycles, vendors shout their wares in a symphony of sounds, and the air smells of street food, spices, and the river mingling together. Every corner tells a story, children playing cricket in narrow lanes, office workers balancing laptops on moving buses, families riding together on a single motorcycle, and elderly men sitting outside tea shops, observing the chaos they've seen grow over decades. This density shapes life in ways you cannot ignore. Housing is compact and vertical, markets are bustling day and night, and festivals such as Pahela Baishakh, the Bengali New Year, transform the streets into rivers of color and music. Yet, despite the crowded conditions, there is a warmth and sense of community that binds people together. Shared struggles in traffic, public transport, and daily life create resilience and creativity. People find joy in the small things, a street-side meal, a shared rickshaw ride, or the laughter of neighbors in tight-knit communities. Bangladesh's urban life is chaotic, yes, but it is also a testament to human adaptability. It's a place where survival and celebration coexist side by side, where culture, commerce, and humanity collide in a spectacle of energy that few cities in the world can rival. Experiencing Dhaka is more than visiting a capital. It's witnessing a human organism in motion, a dense mosaic of life that will leave you both exhausted and mesmerized. Number 2, rivers everywhere, the lifeblood of the nation flowing through Bangladesh. Bangladesh is often called the land of rivers, and this is no exaggeration. Over 700 rivers crisscross the country, with the mighty Padma, Jamuna, and Meghna dominating the landscape. These waterways are more than geographic features. They are central to life itself. From the smallest village to the bustling capital, rivers influence everything: agriculture, transportation, trade, festivals, and even the rhythms of daily life. In rural areas, families live along riverbanks, building homes on stilts to survive the seasonal floods that both nourish and challenge the land. Fishermen set out at dawn, their nets glistening with fresh catches, supplying local markets with fish that form the backbone of Bangladeshi cuisine. Boats of all shapes and sizes ply the waters, carrying people, goods, and stories, connecting communities in ways that roads cannot. Children play in shallow waters, while women wash clothes and vegetables along the river's edge, maintaining traditions that have persisted for generations. Cities like Dhaka and Chittagong experience the rivers in a different way. Bridges stretch across the wide channels, ferries transport commuters, and floating markets create a dynamic scene of commerce and culture. During monsoon season, the rivers swell dramatically, transforming familiar streets into watery thoroughfares, reminding everyone of the raw power and life-giving nature of water. Festivals such as Boishakhi or religious rituals often involve offerings and ceremonies along riverbanks, reinforcing the spiritual connection people feel with these natural lifelines. The rivers also carry the history of the land. Many ancient settlements, trade routes, and cultural developments followed the river paths. They have seen empires rise and fall, floods reshape towns, and generations grow up hearing stories of legendary river spirits. Living in Bangladesh means living with the constant presence of rivers, sometimes calm, sometimes fierce, always vital. Experiencing a boat ride at sunset, watching the sky reflect off the flowing waters while life bustles along the banks, is witnessing the soul of the nation in motion. Number 3, Cox's Bazar, world's longest beach, stretching along the Bay of Bengal. Cox's Bazar is not just a beach, it is a sprawling ribbon of golden sand that stretches over 120 kilometers along the Bay of Bengal, earning it the title of the world's longest natural sea beach. The vast shoreline is alive with the energy of human life, from early morning fishermen casting nets into the waves to vendors preparing fresh seafood for locals and travelers alike. The sound of the waves blends with the calls of seagulls, creating a soundtrack that has inspired generations of poets, artists, and dreamers. Tourists from across the globe come to witness the breathtaking expanse of sand, where the horizon seems endless, and the sunset transforms the sky into a riot of colors. The beach is more than a tourist attraction. It is a hub of daily life for the local fishing communities. Families set up small huts and boats along the shoreline, where they live, work, and celebrate traditions that have persisted for centuries. Fishermen use traditional wooden boats to navigate the tides, bringing in fresh catches of hilsa, shrimp, and crabs that are central to Bangladeshi cuisine. Cox's Bazar also reflects the country's cultural and historical layers. The nearby Himchari National Park and the Inani Beach coral stones create natural sanctuaries that hold stories of local legends, wildlife, and spiritual rituals. During festivals, locals and visitors gather along the sands, lighting bonfires, holding kite-flying competitions, or performing traditional music, blending human culture seamlessly with nature's grandeur. Walking along the stretch of soft sand, feeling the warm sea breeze, and watching the tides ebb and flow. One experiences not just a beach, but a living mosaic of Bangladesh itself. It is a place where history, livelihood, and leisure converge, where every wave tells a story, and every grain of sand connects people to the endless rhythm of the Bay of Bengal. Number 4, the Sundarbans and Royal Bengal tigers, nature's wild heart of Bangladesh. The Sundarbans is the largest contiguous mangrove forest in the world, stretching across southern Bangladesh and parts of India. Its dense tangle of roots, twisting waterways, and tidal channels creates an ecosystem unlike anywhere else on Earth. The forest is alive with wildlife, from saltwater crocodiles lurking in the estuaries to otters, monitor lizards, and countless bird species calling the mangroves home. At the top of the food chain roams the majestic Royal Bengal tiger, an apex predator whose stealth and power are matched only by the awe it inspires in those who glimpse it in the wild. Human life in and around the Sundarbans is deeply intertwined with this unique environment. Communities rely on the rivers and forests for fishing, honey collection, and sustainable wood resources, navigating the waterways in small wooden boats while respecting the delicate balance of nature. Villagers often share stories passed down through generations about the forest's mysterious sounds at night, tales of tiger sightings, and the spirits believed to inhabit the mangroves, blending culture, belief, and survival. The Sundarbans is also a vital lifeline for Bangladesh's climate resilience. The mangroves protect coastal regions from cyclones, storm surges, and erosion, acting as a natural shield for hundreds of thousands of people living nearby. Tourists and researchers visiting the forest experience a world of quiet intensity, the scent of brackish water, the calls of kingfishers and herons, and the rustle of leaves hinting at hidden creatures. Every boat ride through the forest is a mix of anticipation and wonder, as the possibility of spotting a Royal Bengal tiger or a rare bird transforms each journey into an unforgettable adventure. Beyond its ecological importance, the Sundarbans carries an aura of mystery and danger, reminding visitors of the fragile connection between humans and the wild. It is a place where life thrives in remarkable diversity, where the rhythm of the rivers dictates daily existence, and where one can witness the raw, untamed beauty of Bangladesh in its most primal form. Number 5, Bangladesh's monsoon and floods, life in rhythm with the water. Bangladesh is a country defined by its waterways, and each year, the monsoon season transforms the landscape. From June to October, heavy rains swell the rivers, flooding fields, streets, and villages in a cycle that has shaped life for centuries. The monsoon is both a blessing and a challenge. It nourishes the fertile delta soil, allowing rice paddies and jute fields to thrive, feeding millions. At the same time, it tests resilience, as homes, roads, and bridges are periodically submerged, and communities work together to adapt to the shifting waters. Human life revolves around the rhythm of the floods. Families elevate their homes on stilts or prepare boats to navigate streets turned into canals. Children learn to swim before they can walk in some regions, and markets operate with floating stalls in certain areas. Farmers plan their crops according to the rising and falling rivers, turning challenges into opportunities. Locals tell stories of flood seasons past, recounting heroic rescues, lost belongings, and the moments of calm when the waters finally recede. The cultural impact of the monsoon is visible everywhere. Festivals, folk songs, and local cuisine reflect a deep respect for water and its dual power to sustain and destroy. The floodwaters carry fish into new areas, creating opportunities for fishing, while rivers bring sediment that replenishes soil for future harvests. Travelers witnessing the monsoon experience a Bangladesh that is alive, vibrant, and intimate. Villages bustling with life even in the midst of waterlogged streets, children laughing as they navigate the swollen rivers, and farmers skillfully managing the crops that the floods both nurture and threaten. In essence, the monsoon shapes not just the geography, but the very heartbeat of Bangladesh, dictating how people live, work, and celebrate in a delicate balance with nature's relentless cycles. Number 6, rickshaw capital, Dhaka's colorful streets, women at the helm of daily life. Dhaka is a city that never truly sleeps, and its streets are alive with the constant hum of traffic, honking horns, and the rhythmic turning of rickshaw wheels. The cycle rickshaw is more than just transport here. It is an emblem of the city's energy, color, and resilience. Each rickshaw is a moving canvas, painted with bright patterns, slogans, and portraits, reflecting the personality of its driver. Millions of these human-powered vehicles navigate the narrow, bustling lanes, carrying commuters, goods, and stories from one corner of the city to another. Women play a vital, though often overlooked, role in this urban ecosystem. While rickshaw driving has traditionally been male-dominated, an increasing number of women are now taking the reins, both as drivers and entrepreneurs. Female rickshaw drivers navigate the crowded streets with skill and determination, balancing long hours, the weight of passengers, and the unpredictable chaos of Dhaka traffic. They are often seen ferrying children to school, elderly family members to hospitals, or workers to their jobs, all while contributing to the family income in a society where economic independence can be transformative. The presence of women in these vibrant streets adds another layer of life to Dhaka. They sell snacks or handmade goods from the rickshaws, operate small mobile shops, and in some cases, even own fleets of rickshaws, empowering other women to work and earn. Observing the streets during peak hours, one sees women negotiating traffic with courage and grace, embodying resilience against social and environmental challenges. Tourists and locals alike are captivated by the spectacle of these moving pieces of art and human determination, each rickshaw telling a story of personal struggle, creativity, and survival. Beyond transportation, the rickshaw lanes reveal the spirit of Dhaka itself, energetic, chaotic, yet deeply human. Women weaving through the crowds, managing families, and engaging in commerce highlight the city's evolving social fabric. Every turn of the rickshaw wheel, every carefully balanced basket of goods, and every conversation between driver and passenger underscores a city where women are not just participants in daily life, but essential pillars of survival, culture, and identity. 7. Bangladesh. Textile and garment industry, threads that weave the nation. Bangladesh's identity on the global stage is closely tied to its textile and garment industry, which has become one of the largest exporters of ready-made clothing in the world. Walking through Dhaka, Chittagong, or Narayanganj, you encounter the pulse of an industry that shapes not only the economy, but also the daily lives of millions. The streets are lined with small shops, fabric markets, and bustling workshops where bolts of colorful cloth hint at the stories behind the garments destined for international brands. The factories themselves are immense, housing thousands of workers, mostly women, who form the backbone of this industrial revolution. For many women, working in the garment sector is more than a job. It is a pathway to financial independence, education for their children, and social mobility. Early mornings begin with long commutes, navigating crowded streets and rickshaws before entering factories where rows of sewing machines hum in near-perfect rhythm. These women produce everything from t-shirts to formal wear, often working long hours under strict deadlines, demonstrating resilience and dedication that few outside the industry witness. The impact of this industry reaches far beyond the factories. Entire communities depend on the earnings it generates, from local street vendors selling meals to workers to schools funded by factory-supported initiatives. Training centers and cooperatives have emerged to help women gain new skills, empowering them to rise within the system and even manage production lines or small businesses of their own. Visitors often remark on the vibrant energy of these industrial areas, where the clatter of machines mixes with human voices, creating a living symphony of labor and ambition. Bangladesh's garment sector also reflects global trends and pressures. International demand drives innovation, speed, and efficiency, while challenges like safety, fair wages, and labor rights continue to shape policy and public awareness. Each garment shipped overseas carries a story of human effort, a reflection of Bangladesh's growing influence in the global economy, and a testament to the resilience of the people who keep the machines running and the threads flowing. Number 8, rice and fisheries. Food of the nation, staples that sustain life. In Bangladesh, food is not just nourishment, it is a reflection of geography, culture, and centuries of human adaptation. Rice is the heart of every meal, and the country's lush, fertile plains along the Ganges-Brahmaputra Delta provide ideal conditions for its cultivation. Fields stretch as far as the eye can see, shifting in shades of green with the seasons. Farmers plant, harvest, and replant through cycles dictated by monsoon rains, tides, and tradition. Rice is more than a staple. It is a symbol of survival, celebration, and family life. Every household, from bustling Dhaka apartments to rural riverside homes, revolves around steaming bowls of rice, often accompanied by lentils, vegetables, and the daily catch of fish. Fish, in turn, is equally central to Bangladeshi culture. The nation's thousands of rivers, canals, ponds, and the Bay of Bengal supply an astonishing diversity of freshwater and saltwater species. Hilsa, the silver-finned king of local waters, is especially revered. Its flavor, delicate yet distinct, inspires traditional recipes passed down through generations. Families gather during the harvest season, preparing hilsa fried, steamed with mustard, or in spicy curries, with the aroma filling kitchens and markets alike. Street vendors and small eateries offer fish snacks and fried delicacies, keeping the culinary heritage alive for locals and tourists. Fishermen rise before dawn, launching small wooden boats into mist-covered rivers, casting nets with practiced hands. Their daily toil sustains communities and shapes a rhythm of life that has endured for centuries. In rural villages, women often take part in fish processing, drying, or selling in local markets, blending labor, tradition, and community cooperation. Rice paddies and fish ponds are interdependent, demonstrating centuries-old knowledge of aquaculture and sustainability. Beyond sustenance, rice and fish influence festivals, rituals, and social customs. Offerings of rice and fish appear in weddings, religious ceremonies, and harvest celebrations, connecting food to spiritual life and local identity. Visitors to Bangladesh often remark on the centrality of these staples, how they dominate both the landscape and the kitchen, creating a living tapestry of flavors, labor, and culture that truly defines life in this vibrant nation. Number 9, historical wonders, Lal Bag Fort and Sonargaon, echoes of time. Bangladesh's past is alive in its ancient structures and historic towns, where every brick tells a story of empires, traders, and everyday people who shaped the nation. Lal Bag Fort in Dhaka is one of the most iconic remnants of Mughal architecture in the region. Built in the 17th century, the fort combines grandeur and functionality with imposing gates, elegant mosques, intricate gardens, and the unfinished tomb of Pari Bibi. Walking through its grounds, visitors can almost hear the bustling life of Mughal courts, the rhythmic clatter of guards' boots on stone, and the murmurs of merchants in the courtyards. The fort is not just a tourist site, it is a living testament to a period when Dhaka was a hub of power, culture, and commerce. Moving beyond the capital, Sonargaon, once a thriving river port and caravan town, offers a different slice of history. Situated along the old banks of the Meghna River, it was a center of trade, craft, and administration from medieval times. The remnants of administrative buildings, mosques, and artisan workshops reveal a city that connected the hinterlands to distant lands, where silk and muslin were traded across Asia and beyond. Visitors can wander through narrow lanes, imagining the merchants carrying goods on their shoulders, the scent of spices and river water mingling in the air, and the hum of daily life centuries ago. The charm of Sonargaon is in its subtle blend of cultural layers. Colonial-era structures mingle with older Mughal monuments, and local craft workshops, especially those producing traditional muslin and pottery, keep the heritage alive. Women artisans often continue family traditions, weaving fine muslin by hand or shaping clay in centuries-old techniques, giving a human face to history. These towns and forts are not just frozen in time, they remain spaces where the past interacts with the present, drawing locals and travelers alike into stories of empires, trade, and human creativity that define Bangladesh's identity. Number 10, cultural festivals and traditions, the heartbeat of Bangladesh. Bangladesh comes alive through its vibrant festivals, rituals, and cultural expressions which reflect centuries of history, religious diversity, and the creativity of its people. The most widely celebrated is Pohila Boishakh, the Bengali New Year, which falls on the 14th of April. Streets flood with colors as people wear traditional clothes, bright saris and Punjabis, while processions march with drums, folk music, and vibrant masks. In Dhaka, Mangal Shobhajatra, a UNESCO-recognized cultural parade, dominates the morning, featuring giant handmade puppets, symbolic floats, and hundreds of participants dancing in unison. The festival is not only a celebration of the calendar turning, but also a declaration of cultural pride, social unity, and hope for prosperity. Beyond the new year, religious festivals punctuate the Bangladeshi calendar. Muslims celebrate Eid al-Fitr and Eid al-Adha, with streets filled with the aroma of special foods, families exchanging gifts, and public prayers that bring communities together. Hindus observe Durga Puja with elaborately decorated pandals, devotional music, and dramatic rituals honoring the goddess Durga. Buddhists in areas like Chittagong hill tracts celebrate Buddha Purnima, lighting lamps and performing rituals at local temples. These events are not just ceremonial, they weave the fabric of everyday life, influencing markets, street scenes, and social interactions. Folk music and dance also carry the soul of Bangladesh. Baul singers wander villages and towns with ektaras, performing soulful songs of love, spirituality, and human longing. Yatra performances, a traditional form of musical theater, retell myths, historical events, and moral tales, drawing crowds from surrounding communities. Women play a central role, often leading singing circles, performing classical dances, and preparing traditional foods that are integral to celebrations. Festivals bring people together across generations, rural and urban divides, and religious lines, showcasing a society that cherishes connection, art, and shared experience. Experiencing a festival in Bangladesh is to see the country in motion, streets overflowing with laughter, markets alive with bright textiles and fresh foods, musicians and dancers blending past and present, and communities collectively expressing joy, reverence, and identity. It is through these celebrations that visitors and locals alike feel the heartbeat of Bangladesh, an unbroken, colorful, and vibrant pulse of culture and life. Number 11, language and literature. Bengali pride, the soul of Bangladesh. The Bengali language is more than just a means of communication in Bangladesh. It is a cornerstone of national identity, history, and culture. Spoken by over 160 million people within the country, Bengali unites communities across urban centers, riverside towns, and remote villages. Every word carries echoes of centuries of literary tradition, revolutionary spirit, and poetic beauty. Bangladesh's rich literary heritage spans classical poetry, folk tales, and modern novels. Legends such as Qazi Nazrul Islam, the national poet, wrote stirring poems about love, freedom, and resistance, earning him the title of the rebel poet. His works, taught in schools and celebrated nationwide, still resonate with the people, reminding them of courage, justice, and national pride. Nobel laureate Rabindranath Tagore, though primarily associated with India, has left a deep imprint on Bengali literature through songs, poetry, and philosophical essays, many of which are cherished and performed in Bangladesh. Folk literature thrives alongside classical works. Oral traditions like Mangal Kavya and Palagan narrate mythological and moral stories, often performed with music, puppetry, and dance. Women, especially in rural areas, have historically been custodians of these oral traditions, passing them down through generations, weaving lessons of resilience, morality, and human connection into the fabric of everyday life. The Bengali language movement of 1952 further elevated the language's significance. Students in Dhaka protested for Bengali to be recognized as a state language, an effort that ultimately led to immense sacrifice, but cemented the language as a symbol of identity and unity. Today, International Mother Language Day, celebrated every February 21st, honors those who gave their lives, and schools, universities, and public events across Bangladesh commemorate the event with poetry recitals, essay competitions, and marches. In contemporary Bangladesh, literature continues to thrive. Modern novelists, poets, and journalists explore themes from urban life in Dhaka to the rural challenges of the Delta, blending historical awareness with social commentary. Libraries, book fairs, and literary festivals in cities like Dhaka, Chittagong, and Sylhet draw crowds of all ages, reflecting a society deeply invested in its linguistic and literary heritage. Through the Bengali language and literature, Bangladesh preserves its history, celebrates its culture, and passes on a sense of pride and identity. Every conversation, song, or poem in Bengali carries a thread connecting people to centuries of thought, artistry, and struggle. For visitors, hearing the language spoken in bustling markets, quiet villages, or during festivals offers an immersive experience of the nation's soul. Number 12, tea gardens and hill tracts, lush landscapes, and tribal life. The northeastern hills of Bangladesh are home to some of the most breathtaking scenery in the country. Sylhet, in particular, is famed for its rolling tea plantations, where emerald green leaves stretch as far as the eye can see, and the air carries the sweet, earthy scent of freshly plucked tea. Walking through the neatly lined terraces, you witness the rhythm of daily life as workers, many of them women, move with practiced precision, hand-picking the tender leaves that will later become world-renowned teas. These gardens are not just agricultural sites. They are communities with generations of families tied to the land, preserving customs, songs, and rituals passed down through decades. The Chittagong hill tracts, in contrast, offer a wilder, more rugged beauty. Towering hills, dense forests, and winding rivers dominate the landscape. Here, tribal communities such as the Chakma, Marma, and Tripura live in harmony with nature, maintaining distinct languages, crafts, and spiritual practices. Visitors walking through small villages can see traditional bamboo houses, hear the melodic tunes of tribal instruments, and witness intricate hand-woven fabrics that reflect centuries of artistry. Festivals like Bishu celebrate the harvest and local deities, providing an authentic glimpse into the culture and traditions that remain vibrant despite modernization. The interaction between the tea estates and tribal areas creates a unique cultural tapestry. The serene hills and misty valleys offer a retreat from urban chaos, while highlighting the resilience and creativity of local communities. Travelers often explore the region via scenic drives, trekking trails, and tea-tasting tours, experiencing firsthand the blend of natural beauty, human ingenuity, and cultural richness. In Sylhet and Chittagong, the tea gardens and hill tracts are living reminders of how geography shapes life work, and identity. The rolling hills are not only visually stunning, but also socially significant, nurturing traditions, fostering communities, and connecting people to both the land and each other. The blend of vibrant greenery, tribal culture, and daily toil creates a landscape that is as immersive as it is unforgettable. Number 13, floating markets and rural waterways, life on the water. In Bangladesh, rivers are more than just geographic features. They are arteries of daily life, commerce, and culture. Floating markets are a spectacular example of how people have adapted to life on the water for centuries. From dawn, the rivers come alive with a symphony of movement and sound. Wooden boats of all sizes glide along the currents, each laden with fresh produce, fish, household goods, and handicrafts. Sellers call out their wares, bargaining in rhythmic tones, while buyers navigate the busy waterways, balancing precariously as they trade for their daily needs. These markets are particularly prominent in areas like Barisal and the vast delta regions of the Padma and Meghna rivers. For local communities, boats serve as buses, taxis, delivery vehicles, and even classrooms for children, learning while floating along the riverbanks. The vibrant colors of painted boats, woven baskets, and fresh fruits create a living tapestry that shifts and changes with every current. Women often dominate these floating bazaars, showcasing strength, dexterity, and entrepreneurial spirit as they row, sell, and negotiate, ensuring their families thrive despite the challenges of a river-dependent lifestyle. Beyond commerce, the waterways shape culture and social life. Festivals are celebrated on boats, folk songs echo over the water, and the rhythm of the tides dictates the daily routines of families. Children dive into the river to swim, while elders repair nets or mend boats, all amidst the backdrop of lush riverbanks and palm-lined shores. Travelers venturing into these floating markets are immersed in an ecosystem where water and human ingenuity meet. The floating marketplaces are not just functional spaces, they are vibrant, living communities that reveal Bangladesh's adaptability, resilience, and intimate connection with its waterways. Witnessing this life is an unforgettable experience, offering insight into how rivers sustain culture, economy, and human relationships. Number 14, challenges and resilience, thriving against the odds. Bangladesh is a country of contrasts. On one hand, it faces some of the toughest challenges imaginable, one of the highest population densities on Earth, widespread poverty, and the relentless forces of nature. Monsoons can swell rivers to dangerous levels, inundating homes, fields, and entire communities. Cyclones sweep through coastal areas, testing the resilience of local infrastructure and families. Rapid urbanization, especially in Dhaka, brings congested streets, housing shortages, and intense pressure on public services. Yet, in the face of adversity, the people of Bangladesh display remarkable resilience. Communities come together to rebuild after floods and storms. Neighbors support each other, and local traditions of cooperation, known as milat and community gatherings, remain strong. Women play a central role in this resilience. In rural areas, they work tirelessly on farms, manage households, run small businesses, and support children's education, all while navigating the challenges posed by environmental hazards and economic pressures. This spirit of perseverance extends to the youth who innovate with technology, education, and entrepreneurship despite limited resources. NGOs and grassroots initiatives work alongside locals to improve living conditions, enhance flood preparedness, and empower women and marginalized communities. Across the country, ingenuity flourishes, from floating schools in flood-prone areas to solar-powered homes in remote villages, demonstrating how determination can overcome natural and societal challenges. Experiencing Bangladesh firsthand reveals a country that never surrenders to hardship. Every street, every village, and every riverbank tells a story of struggle paired with hope, reminding visitors that the true heartbeat of Bangladesh lies not just in its landscapes, rivers, or cities, but in the unwavering spirit of its people. Number 15, Bangladesh. Today, modernization and surprising growth, a nation on the move. Bangladesh is not just a land of rivers, rice fields, and resilience. It is rapidly transforming into a hub of modernity and innovation. Cities like Dhaka, Chittagong, and Sylhet now boast gleaming skyscrapers, bustling IT parks, and sprawling shopping complexes, reflecting a country embracing the 21st century while preserving its rich heritage. Technology and entrepreneurship are on the rise, with young innovators creating startups in software, e-commerce, and green energy, fueling economic growth and changing the nation's global image. The youth of Bangladesh are at the forefront of this transformation. Students crowd into tech hubs, co-working spaces, and innovation labs, eager to build careers that were unimaginable a generation ago. Streets buzz not only with the traditional rickshaws and cycle traffic, but also with the energy of smartphones, apps, and digital payment systems that connect millions across the country. Cultural modernization is also visible. Cafes, restaurants, and entertainment centers blend traditional Bengali music and cuisine with international influences, creating vibrant urban lifestyles that attract both locals and tourists. Education and literacy programs are expanding, giving more young people access to opportunities that were once limited, while women increasingly enter the workforce and leadership roles, shaping the country's future. Yet, even in this push for modernity, Bangladesh retains its human touch. The hustle of the cities is complemented by close-knit communities, traditional markets, and festivals that continue to celebrate Bengali identity. This combination of rapid development, youthful energy, and enduring cultural pride makes Bangladesh a fascinating destination for anyone wanting to see a country evolving at lightning speed while staying grounded in its roots. As we reach the end of this journey through Bangladesh, you've seen a nation of contrasts, dense, bustling cities and serene river landscapes, ancient forts and modern skyscrapers, resilient communities and youthful innovators shaping the future. From the vibrant streets of Dhaka to the peaceful mangroves of the Sundarbans, from golden beaches to hilltop tea gardens, Bangladesh is a country that surprises at every turn. What stands out most is the spirit of its people. They navigate challenges, celebrate life through festivals and traditions, and embrace modern opportunities with energy and determination. Bangladesh is more than its geography, history, or economy. It is living, breathing human life at every scale. If you've enjoyed discovering these 15 shocking facts about Bangladesh, don't miss out on more stories from around the world. Hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to explore the hidden wonders, cultures, and secrets of other countries with us. Share this video with friends and family who crave adventure and knowledge, and join us as we continue uncovering the real life behind every corner of our world.